Hey guys, welcome back to the Sinking City. I did go back to Pier 3 and clicked on some of the things we clicked on before. I think we could have missed this guy, but anyway, I clicked on the gun again, I clicked on this guy, and now we have this, which is what we needed to figure out most likely where the captain ran off to. So let's head back this way and try to reconstruct
To the
these
mayor
events.
with you! Die! Die!
I would think that maybe it started either in here or somewhere on the boat, right? Maybe right here where they were drinking.
No more drink. All we've seen. And you telling me we ain't allowed rum?
Alright, so the captain tried to straighten them out. Maybe they didn't like that. People start going crazy. Murder happens.
You can't take me! Eat this!
Let's get a handle on what actually happened here.
And then he throws an axe at the guy trying to shoot him and gets away. Right? Alright. Seems pretty clear cut.
No more drink. All we've seen. And you telling me we ain't allowed rum? To the mayor with you! Die! Die! You can't take me! Eat this!
For whatever reason, the crew went berserk. Only one man got away.
Alright, that's a little creepy, but okay. There we go. Now that's all the evidence that we need to collect. And now in the Mind Palace, we know that Sanders fled, and that the sailors at the thing attacked one another, all but one were killed, and the survivor has a deep wound in his shoulder. Harbor Master saw Captain Sanders leaving the pier. The only survivor of the fight on the third pier of Grimhaven Bay was a man badly wounded in the shoulder. Captain Sanders is the wounded man and is now seeking medical aid. Alright. And so if he's seeking medical aid, isn't there a hospital? There is the Hospital of St. Mary, so this is going to be our next bet. I don't know if he would go to a hospital because of what happened. Like, I'm assuming he had to kill some people to get away. But we'll see. So I wonder if those people were the sailors and he's the captain, what happened to the other expedition members? Were they left at the expedition site? That was in the water, so are they all dead already? Are we ever going to find out what happened exactly on the expedition? Let's head... Well, if we head over here, maybe there will be a boat. And we could take that... Well... Or we could go up here and run... Let's go up here. It'll be less water that way.
Don't do that again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's always going to be a boat for us to use where we need to use it, so that's one less thing to worry about. Well, are we stuck on this side? I really hope not. Infested area? What the hell? So I'm assuming that there would be monsters in that area. I think we're going to avoid that for now, but we're definitely going to check it out at some point. Perhaps after we're done at the hospital, we'll go see what the infested area is all about. Probably just a place to waste our already limited ammo, but we'll see. Not it. Here we go. Hospital of St. Mary.
Patient or visitor? Hold on. Let Dr. Grant guess.
A visitor. Though you are a bit pale, you don't have a headache, do you?
Well, how'd you know? No, we're fine.
My head? No complaints, I'm good.
Well, you're the exception these days. We're simply overflowing with patients.
Okay, and speaking of that, do you have any patients with an axe wound? Now, would he tell us this right away? We can ask.
I'm looking for a man. Just checked in. Cut up pretty bad.
I've got a trauma unit full of patients like that, sir.
Jeez.
Okay, this might ring a bell. My guy has a deep axe wound in his shoulder.
Sir, I really don't have time for rifling through paperwork. But you're welcome to take a look at our archives if it means that much to you.
It seems like you would remember a guy with an axe in his shoulder, but what's going on in your world?
It looks like hard work in these conditions. You need a hand?
Well, yes, actually. But it may result in close contact with the wiles. Is that going to be a problem?
Well, I mean, it might be.
I'm prepared to face men and beasts
But we could
alike.
try.
Count me in.
Ah, I can see it in your eyes. Well, I have taken it upon myself to study the wild beasts.
Oh, joy.
But need more data to confirm two of my hypotheses. One concerns the multi-handed creatures,
Ugh.
and the other, the vomiting humanoids.
What have you found out about the multi-handed beasts?
One of my patients saw them in his nightmares before the flood. I can't visit him, but he must know something. Here's his address.
Okay, we could do that.
Those hideous wretches seem almost human. But what could turn one into such a monstrosity?
Jim Bells, a patient of mine, was admitted to hospital with symptoms resembling cholera, but he turned into one of those things. Incredible. Here's the address. Find out what
Incredible is not the word I'd use. Horrifying, terrible, maybe.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. So we could use the archive to look for our captain with his shoulder wound. Let's see how much fun this archive is. Wounded, here we go. We know we have the right evidence. So we're looking for patients after the flood. And they'd probably be in surgery. There we go. Good second attempt. Grimhaven Bay, wounded. Peter Crowley, male, 29, Oakmonter. Multiple burns and fragmentation wound to chest and face as a result of explosion, several surgeries, wound treatment, facial surgery, prognosis good, bed rest recommended. That's not our guy. Joseph Willow, male, 39, newcomer, deep cut wound to left shoulder, broken collarbone, fractured scapula, wound stitch, fracture set and bandage, no trace of infection evident, prognosis good. This might be our guy. Yeah. But did he give a fake name? Maybe that's just not him. And if they're in bed rest, does that mean that they're going to be upstairs? And if that's the case, can't we just find them and talk to them?
What happened to you, mister?
Pete, explosion, fishing with dynamite. Hurts talking.
No, he wasn't in the port fight. I mean...
Fishing with dynamite, huh? You sure it wasn't from a fight in port? Maybe on a ship?
I'm sure.
Bye.
He definitely blew himself up. And the other fellow... Oh, look at that.
Oh, my stomach. I ain't never eating leeches ever again, no sir.
That's what I would advise. To never eat leeches again. Or at all. Period. Ever. Let's go up here. It's gotta be our guy, right?
Scratch me. Please, please. Just here.
No.
This itching is driving me insane.
I will not. I will not be doing that. She doesn't care that we're in her office. That's fine, because we're just here to take this stuff. Let's see. Let's make sure there's nothing else to loot before we talk to him. Alright, let's see what he has to say for himself, shall we?
Yeesh. What happened to your shoulder?
Some psycho in a bar brawl. Gun came out, he clipped me good in the shoulder. Something I can help you with?
I'm just looking for someone. Captain Sanders.
Captain Sanders? Never heard of him. I'm Joseph Willow. You should probably look somewhere else.
I don't believe you. That looks a lot more like an axe wound than a gunshot.
That's funny. The records say you were admitted for an axe wound, just like a certain Captain Sanders got in the port massacre. Spill.
Oh, to the depths with it. Who sent you?
I'm asking the questions here, pal.
Yeah, well, first tell me who you are.
Let's tell him we're investigating the expedition. It's true, and we don't have to mention the visions.
Charles Reed, Private Eye. Throgmorton wants to know what happened to his lost expedition.
So Throgmorton came looking at last. I knew someone like you would find me sooner or later.
Okay. What were you guys looking for? Do you even know?
What were you looking for underwater?
The cause of all this. The stones, the flood, the monsters. The scientists found cracks on the seabed. They were working on some theory of how it connected to the madness.
The ocean floor splits open and that means hysteria on land. Really?
We spent days over the cracks. We heard things. Saw things looking back at us.
Okay, and then what happened to every scientist on the expedition?
I think it'd be an understatement to say your expedition met with disaster.
There are things that should never be found, Mr. Reed. I only wish I'd known that then. Maybe they'd still be alive. The scientists, my crew. None of them deserved what happened to them.
Well, Albert survived for a little while.
Did you know Albert Throgmorton made it to shore?
Albert survived? Is he here?
Nope.
No. He didn't make it. He's dead as the rest. Murdered in the port. But what about the others?
I don't know. My crew left them down there, underwater. I ordered a rescue attempt, but they threatened mutiny.
Jeez, left him underwater. What happened during the final dive?
Tell me what happened on the last dive.
We had a system. The divers go down, then come up at a prearranged time. But not one surfaced that day. In the end, I sent a team to check. They returned with Albert, but all were half mad with fear.
And then you guys just left.
You've got a good reason for leaving the expedition to die, right?
You weren't there. Day after day on that ship, it was a horror, Mr. Reed. We saw things. Not one of us dared sleep. It was an expedition into cursed waters, mark my words.
And then you tried to drink it off, or we had a party when you came back?
I was on
or
the
what?
Titania before I came here. It seems you were all hitting the bottle pretty hard. Why?
To stop them from rioting. To save them from despair. After those dives, anyone would turn to drink.
So, the diving did a number on your crew. But what happened in the port?
I don't know. They were calm until we docked, and then they lost it. And many good men lost their lives.
Okay, tell us the location, because I feel like we're going to be headed there. We might even end up forcing this guy to take us. Since he did live, and he is the captain, and he's the one who would know where to go, that's my bet.
Could you take me out to where the last dive took place?
Exactly.
No. You can't follow them, Mr. Reed. It's suicide. Worse than suicide.
I'm a Navy diver, Captain. And with all due respect, I'm not afraid of boogeymen.
I don't care. I'm not taking you there. And besides, you'll never follow them without proper equipment.
Well, I wonder if Robert Throgmorton would be able to convince you with his influence. But let's get the ship's log so we know where to go.
Where's the logbook from the Titania?
I had it with me, but I was all out of it by the time I got here. I remember the surgery ward. When I came round, my things were gone.
Okay, so they're probably here in the hospital somewhere. And where would we get a diving suit?
Do you know where I can get a good diving suit?
My men got theirs from a local factory. If you're that bullheaded, I'll write down the address.
Get better soon.
All right. Uncovered quite a bit. So they left the expedition, whoever was left, down at the bottom of the ocean because they were all going crazy, which seems to be the recurring theme, is everyone who's encountered whatever is out there has gone mad. We know where we can find the diving suit. Well, he's marked it for us, or written down the address. In western Grimhaven Bay on C. Smith Avenue between Levy Coffin Avenue and Deep Shore Road. Okay. Sanders informed me that the expedition anchored at several points in the ocean, diving to inspect the seabed. The coordinates of these anchor points may be in the ship's log. Sanders brought it with him. Okay. At the last anchor point, the scientists discovered some cracks on the seabed. Something horrible happened there, and the crew were frightened so badly they mutinied after saving Albert Throgmorton. Much of the expedition were abandoned in the underwater cracks. Let's clear all these out. And then we have the minor quest for Dr. Grant. He's interested in the wild beast, so we have someone to talk to about that. And then also about the vomiting humanoids. Okay. And we could definitely follow up on those. But I think the next thing we need to do is see if somewhere around here we can discover the ship log, his belongings. This is lovely, just a hole in the bathroom. What do we have going on in the Mine Palace? Oh, the wounded sailor. And the crazy crew. The Titania crew went mad and started the massacre in the port. So that much we know.
Let me rest.
Be safe. We don't have any free beds left.
He's not going to help us find the surgery ward. I wonder where it would be. Maybe downstairs? Yeah, this looks like where one would do surgery. What in the hell? You guys are seeing this, right? What is opening up here? It's not on this side at all. Just looting coffins, that's what we do. Oh, we're gonna figure out what that is, but let's look around. Accident place, crew complained of noise and no sleep. This is the Titania ship log. Oh good, that was easy to find. Fish behaving strangely. March 22nd, reached the crew reporting hallucinations. 23rd, distributed rum. Hopefully it will distract them. Found an air pocket in the cavern near the Devil's Teeth close to the city. Scientists discovered walls, ancient walls. Asked for crates with tools. 24th, sent Tate and Myers down to investigate after surfacing deadline passed. Tate and Myers returned with only Albert Throgmorton, who is now completely unhinged, his madness disturbing, unsettling. The crew dragged Albert to a lifeboat. They tried to stop them, resulting in mutiny. Clear water. All evidence collected, so... So we know now basically exactly what happened to Albert. We don't know what happened with the rest of the expedition. But we might be able to find out. I'm assuming that Robert is still not going to want to hear from us until we have thoroughly solved this thing. So we'll probably have to find that factory and the diving suit and then find some way to head out and see if we can find this place where they had abandoned the other scientist on the expedition. But we have this. It's so strange. I can't seem to get any closer to it, and on the back side it is entirely non-existent. And I'm not even sure what it is supposed to be. Oh, there we go. Just
Take
have to
the
get
patient's things
in the
and throw
exact
them in
right spot.
storage.
Oh, we already found it though.
Take the patient's things and throw them in storage.
So that was if we hadn't bubbled onto the book on our own. Okay, so we didn't even really need that. We were able to find the book, or the ship log, just fine. And all evidence has now been collected. Grimhaven Bay, C. Smith Avenue between Levy Avenue and Deep Shore. Not seeing any of those roads. Here's Deep Shore. Between Levy and Deep Shore. On C. Smith. Probably just totally missing it. Skipper Road, Bayside, Pearl, Marsh, Maple. Oh, here we go. C. Smith. So somewhere around there. Let's take a little break here, and when we come back, we'll go try to find that factory and hopefully procure a diving suit, because we're going to need it to investigate the air pocket or the underwater cave where these people were at. And then I hope we'll have a way of actually convincing a sea captain to get us out there. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate the support. Let me know what you think of the game. Take care. We'll see you again soon.